Hi everybody, in this video we are going to handle the exercises. So let's get started. First of all, exercise 1. The first thing we do is go to View and then go to Macros, Record Macro. Let's give this macro a name. Enter my name. I want to assign A, Control A as a shortcut key. And let's give it a quick description so that we won't get confused later as to what this macro does. This macro enters my name to cell D1. Now I'm recording. I just type my name here, enter, and the next step is to go to View Macros, Stop Recording. So we've done step 1 of exercise 1 and step 2. Next, let's delete the cell and test the macro. To run it, I go back to Macros, View Macro. Here it is. Let's click on Run next. Very good. Remember that when we save this, we should save it as a macro-enabled file. That's an XLSM file. Exercise 2. Every week we receive this data. We want to create a graph. So record the macro, give it a name, and a description. We go to Insert, we go to Charts, pick a nice 3D pie chart, and let's pick a nice style. And let's add some elements. Stop recording. Now let's test exercise 2. Delete the graph, go to Macros, View Macros, select the macro and run it. And here we have the graph. After that, we go to exercise 3. Can you figure out what use relative references does? Let's try. When I hover with the mouse over it, I get a description of what it does. Use relative references so that the macros are recorded with actions relative to the initial selected cells. So, what does that mean? I will demonstrate it for you. Let's start at cell H1. And we want to move down 5. And we want to move 3 to the left. So we're going to actually start at cell H3. I'm going to record the macro. And I'm going to name it test. I move down 5. And I move 3 to the left. We end up here. And we stop recording. This is when use relative is enabled. Now we disable use relative and we record the same macro again. Let's name it test no relative. So this is recording the macro without relative, with use relative references disabled. No relative movement. So no matter where the cursor starts, we're going to end up here when we record it this way. Stop recording. And now let's test the 2 macros. First I'm going to start in M1 and I'm going to play the macro test with the relative movement recorded, and it goes 5 down and 3 to the left. And then I'm going to start here as well, and I'm going to play the other macro where we did not have use relative enabled, And we end up in E8, no matter where we start. Even if we had started in A1, this text would have ended up in E8. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.